Hey guys, it's Christine and I'm coming to you live from the Hive on a Friday afternoon. If you guys know me by now, I always push the envelope on the latest time I can actually get something done. I think they refer to that as JIT, just in time. Not a procrastinator, just working on everything else in the middle. So I was actually just working on organizing the bus trip that we're going to be taking to Indianapolis in November. I'm like, when is this again? You guys saw my eyes go up to like, look. I thought I could see it somewhere in the sky. Yes. So I'm formulating the bus and a hotel. I should say I'm securing or procuring. Hi, Jolene. We're going to leave on a Friday and drive down on a bus with lots of ladies down to Indianapolis, and we have our convention. And then we come back on Sunday. And so I'm just in the midst of organizing all that. Hi, Holly. Whew. So if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you're in that Indianapolis area, it would be awesome if you could connect with us when we get there. That would be awesome. Hi, Doris. Hi, Julie Biersbach. Hi, Kathy King. So my team and my uplines team are going to get asked first, have first precedence to get on the bus. And then what happens is if I don't have it full by then, I start asking other demonstrators in the area that roll up through other demonstrators. But my team and my sidelines get first precedence. And so I'm going to start connecting with those people now. I already got a few people signed up, so that's exciting. So I was working on that. And hi, Joan from Washington State. I worked on the newsletter, you guys. Hi, Carmen Melendez. It's already published. So anybody who wants a sneak peek can already go to my website, cardsbychrisb.com, and you can go to the blog and newsletter section, and it's out there. Who's my upline? Catherine Marie. My upline is Kelly Atchison. Hi, Lizzie Lister. So Kelly Atchison is my upline, and so I'm going to, first of all, I have a list. I had 50, I went back, you guys. I did this bus trip to Lansing, Michigan in November of 2018, which was when, hi Sandy Wicklander, which was when the last Stampin' Up! Event was held in person. And I couldn't remember, hi Jean Maxwell, I couldn't remember how many people I had on the bus. You guys, I had 55 people, including myself, on the bus. There was one seat left, and it was for my cooler. I had a cooler on the bus, hi Deirdre, that held like all the snacks and refreshments and stuff that I had for the Friday night and Saturday night stuff. So hi Deirdre, I think I might have just said that. But Deirdre, I know you sent me an email about the product share, and we'll reach out to you or we'll get in touch in a bit. So worked on the bus trip thing, worked on the newsletter. I think I have it scheduled to send an email out to my email group at 5 p.m. Central. So you guys will also get the email via that link. If you're not part of my email distribution group and you would like to be, you can go to my website and subscribe to my newsletter, and that gets you on my email list. Hi, Linda. Or you can, Linda. I think I have a caddy for you. Your name was on the list. So I could have sworn I emailed you, and maybe I dreamt that I did, but I think you're on the list for a caddy. So you're gonna have to let me know if you are still interested or not. And I think it was you, because I recognize your last name, Koerster. So, but I sometimes I think crazy things too, and I think I do things and I don't. So anyways, newsletter's done. Sign up for my email list if you would like to. Hi, Sherry Martin. That's where I do a lot of announcements about upcoming classes, my product shares, my In-Color Club, sales that Stampin' Up! Has. You get my newsletter, and so I would love for you to be a part of that if you want to, and you can always unsubscribe at any time. So if you don't want to subscribe via my newsletter, all you have to do is send me an email and tell me that you want to be a part of it, and I can make sure to get you added to it. So hi, Shar from Amro. I wanted to go over swap cards with you guys today, and I also wanted to share with you happy mail I've gotten. I knew that game night would get a little long last night, and I didn't want to take the extra, maybe what it's going to take half hour to go through all this, so I thought now would be a good time to share all that with you guys. And then I'm also going to share with you my DSP Sampler, my product shares, and my In-Color Club that I have coming up, and see if anybody wants to get signed up for that. But I wanted to go over what that was all about. And also, I hadn't done the drawing for the newsletter winner as of yesterday, during the live last night. So I will announce that the winner of the March newsletter question, hidden secret question, was Cindy Bruntree. So yay, Cindy. That was, oh, I think I put it in the post that I just did with the winners. Otherwise, I'll have to go edit it and add it. But Cindy Bruntree won a $10 gift certificate for Stampin' Up! Product with me that can be used anytime in April. So you'll have to check out the new newsletter to see if you can find the hidden question. And you guys, it's not obvious. If I ask a question and it has a question mark on it, and it doesn't say to be like that it's the hidden question or it's the sneaky question or it's the you know what I mean? The secret question. If I just ask a random general question, it's not the question. You will definitely know I'm asking you a specific question and asking you to let me know something. To be entered into that drawing, you have to answer what that is. So, hi Zana. Hi Laura Sullivan. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the camera down and get the party started. I do have a Facebook Live class tonight at 5:30 Central. So I'll be wrapping this up and then you can watch for me at 5:30. We're going to be making the waves cards tonight. So woohoo, I have 3 of them. And actually, I helped design one of them with Diane and then Diane designed the other 2. So I'll be honest with you guys. I'm like, what did she use? I wrote the instructions, but I have not made 2 of the cards myself. So, oh, it's going to be fun times. Okay, so let's flip down here. Hi, Linda Hunt. Okay, so I had a team swap party. So on tour was last Saturday, and my team, who was here locally, and people who that weren't local, we did a Zoom. Maybe we had 15 people total that watched the on tour. And actually right now, I signed up for one that was from 4 to 7 tonight. And so my on tour is actually starting right now. But we signed up with Tracy Sorge's on tour link on Saturday. And so in conjunction with the on tour, I hosted a swap for my team. And everybody from the team was welcome to participate. And I believe there were 12 of us that chose to swap. And it had to be product out of either the mini spring catalog or the annual catalog, because anything goes with it being current yet. So that's what I'm going to show you the swaps from, you guys. So hi, Mary Jo, winner chicken dinner. And Carmen was also a big winner last night. All right, so I have here, so we're going to start with Deirdre's. So Deirdre sent her swap card. She forgot them at home. Poor girl. She forgot them at home, so she had to send them out separately afterwards. So on top of it, then she sent me a thank you card. So this was Deirdre's thank you card. I believe this came from a kit, if I'm not mistaken. So it was very, very pretty. I love it. So this card is Deirdre's swap card. She used the Daisy Garden, I think, stamp and dies and pulled in an embossing folder and some of the artistically inked designer series paper. And Deirdre is her Facebook business page, like her business, what she's working is called the Stampin' Muse. And she has a blog called thestampinmuse.com. And you're welcome to go out and check it out. She's starting to build her business as well and is looking to get any support. And so if you like her style of cards, don't be afraid to go out and find her on the internet, the World Wide Web. Okay, you guys, this one was my card. Garden Wishes. There's so many garden stuff. Did I say Daisy Garden? I had the Daisy Lane class last night, you guys. So thank you. I knew Deirdre's watching, and so she says it's the Garden Wishes stamp set, and there's dies. And I believe it's carrying over, if I'm not mistaken, Deirdre. So thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. Don't ever want to tell you guys anything wrong intentionally. All right, so this was my card. So these are basically the same one. I used the New Horizons Designer Series paper. If you guys recall, I did a card, this artfully layered class. Where is it? Right here. I did this artfully layered ink, paper, scissors last week. And while I was doing this card, I said, oh man, I should case this card for my swap that I have this weekend. And that's kind of what I did. If you can see, I have the same background, you know, a base, and then designer paper in the back. And then I have a mat with a layer. And then instead of doing this thing, I completely cased Deb Norman. She did for Mystery Night. She did something similar, and she put the Let's Set Sail. Hi, Feline from Eastern Oregon. So she used the Let's Set Sail, which I thought was perfect in here. So stamped some birds. And then, you guys, I duded up the inside too. Look at this. Boom. Gotta make it all snazzy and stuff. Use some strips of designer paper that would have probably stayed upstairs for 10 years untouched. Put them in a card. There we go. All right, so that was mine. This one was Anna Revedue's. Oh my gosh, I wish I had her other one to share with you guys. This is the wave set, which is what we're going to be using tonight for class. Thanks for sharing, Feline. I really appreciate it. Hope things get better soon. Back on Your Feet, I think is the name of the set. And she used the cloud border die up here, which is awesome. I think it's some watercolor paper. She stamped the cloud and she's got like this mist coming off of it as well, which is really cool. So originally she said she started off with making it a movement card, and this little turtle went back and forth on the wave, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, she showed it to us for about 30 seconds. But it was super cool that the turtle was rocking and rolling up on the wave. It was awesome. So she said she had to opt for something a little easier, and so she just planted the turtle right on top of the wave. But super cool card, Anna. We love it. This card is from Tracy Sorge also. So all these guys are on my team. So this is Tracy's card. Oh, you guys everybody's a sucker for the bunny. So it's from Easter Friends and Crumb Cake. Double matted. Yeah, that was double matted. I definitely did do that. This one is using Petal Pink Pool Party. She used the abstract stamp here, I think from like Artistically Inked, if I'm not mistaken. Some petals here, splotches, iridescent rhinestones. And the rule is, let's see here, you guys. I'm going to have to see if my team follows the rules. My rule is the inside needs to have something stamped on the inside. So she's got the little dude here, a little turtle. Yay, so good job, Anna. And then I didn't look at Deirdre's, but we're going to double check hers just to make sure. This is the time where I find out. See, it's always awesome when you get swap cards and the inside's done. Yep, so she's got a focal image. Using that little strip of designer series paper is always a nice thing to do, to use up that little half-inch strip that you usually end up with. Okay, so far everybody is doing wonderful. So let's check out Tracy's. Oh man, she did it too. Look at that. May your days blossom with joy and happiness, and a little chickadee in the inside. So good job, Tracy. All right, so and we have Carissa Alberts. You guys know Carissa now, I think. You've watched her Tip Tuesday and Technique Thursdays the last week. So she did, is this the Cherry Blossom set? She loves it. Pinks and grays. Hi, Linda Hull. Yeah, the turtle was super cool as a wobbler. It really was. So Cherry Blossoms, basic gray, Tasteful Textiles embossing mat here. Oh, there you can see it. She colored it, and she even did a little fun fold with it, opening up on both sides, and some of the flowers down the edge there. Super cool, Carissa. Okay, so, and she gave me the instructions sheet, so I can tell you guys, look at that. I had it all right. Forever Blossom is the stamp. The dies are Cherry Blossom dies. She added in Peaceful Moments for the stamp set there, for the Sentiment Heart and Home designer paper. Classic matte dots, and she used water painters. So very cool. Awesome. So that goes, oh man, I caught it. Let's get, hey, look at her little personalized stamp, you guys. It's got a little dragon on it. A little Adorbsy dragon. Okay. Get in there. So that's Deb. So we'll set that there. This one is Cheryl Taylor on the team as well. She did Amazing Silhouettes, I believe is the name of that stamp set. Adding some brushed brush butterflies, the frayed white ribbon on the sides, and she added a little butterfly on the inside. So very pretty. Some rhinestones as well. And then you guys can see on my left, we've got another New Horizons Designer Series paper. This is from Barb Moynihan. Included an envelope for me too, yay. So, yay, thanks a bunch on the inside. And she put 3 strips of Designer Series paper. So that paper is so pretty. It just does all the work, you guys, because it's so pretty. Added a few birds and some iridescent rhinestones. So that was Barb Moynihan. Hi, Debbie Schultz. Oh, I'm glad you're watching while you're on the phone. Way to multitask, girl. All right, you guys, this is Bonnie Les Frances, and she used, she wrote, look at this, you guys. This is so cool. Isn't that creative? So she used the Handsomely Suited dies, the Dress to Impress stamps, Purple, okay, Pansy Petals designer paper, gorgeous grape ink, scalloped lace trim. Look at that. She's like got a little brassiere thing coming out here. She used the gold cording to make it look like a little necklace and put a little loose flower and a pearl, a little buttons. She has the inside all duded up as well. Look at that. She used the detailed trio punch, made a Mother's Day card. So you guys, when you see the handsomely suited, don't think that it just has to be for guy cards. You can definitely make girl cards. So very, very pretty, Bonnie. Love it. Okay. Yeah, it's so cool. There's an idea for you guys if you've got the handsomely suited dies. All right. Then we have, this I think is Mary Bowman. She used the Hand Pen Petals Designer Series paper. Oh, you guys, I don't remember the name of the stamp set. It's out of the Spring Mini Catalog, though. Pastel Pearls. Oh, hello. I can't remember where that's from. Are the birds available or are they retired? Are the birds, birds? Are you talking about these birds right here? If you are, those are from the Sailing Home stamp set. I don't know if it's retired or not. It depends if they ran out of inventory. It will be retired, but it might still be available. I guess somebody would have to go onto the Stampin' Up website and look, but it's from Sailing Home. That's what those birds are from. And hi Carla Lake, I can't recall the name of that stamp set. And then we've got a little birdie on the inside. So, all right. So yes, I don't know, Linda Hunt. I don't know what the yes means. I asked so many questions. I don't know what you were saying yes to. All right. So we have here, this is Deb Norman's. I'm trying to get that off of there without it leaving goop on there. All right. So Deb Norman's card here, hi Crystal McBride, is using the Biggest Wish, Biggest Wish, Sunny Thoughts, Sunny Sentiments. Let's see here what the inside looks like. Oh, look at this. Okay, thought you could use some Sunny Thoughts today. That comes from the Sunny Thoughts set. And then Happy Biggest Wish, that must be where the hello's from. Hippo and Friends Dies, the Brushed Butterflies, Opal Rounds. The paper is from Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, and Petal Pink with Poppy Parade. And so she made a cool little accordion fold here. And, oh, the Cotton Ribbon Combo Pack was there. Very cheerful. Very, very cheerful. Yeah, the fold is awesome. So you guys, that I think is 3 inches if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, perfect. So this is 3 inches that way, which you get 4 of them if you go that way. And then this is, let's grab this long daddy ruler here, 12 inches. Oh man, so that's perfect. You guys would get 4 of these out of one 12 by 12 sheet, and then you get to see both sides of the designer paper. Love it. Good job, Deb. All right, last but not least, and I showed this the other night when we were talking about, last night I think. These the die looks like a tombstone die to me. So this is Susie Stocks. She used, let's see here. Those are from the Ornate Labels, I think. Let's Set Sail on the Horizon and the Mountain Air. Painted texture, embossing folder, Ornate Frames is right. Where does the recipe template kind of came from? Pam, I made this myself. I went into Microsoft Word and I created it by myself. And then I made it as a PDF and I sent it to my team and I said, please make a recipe card so that I have this when I talk to you guys. So here's the Mountain Air that she added. Hope It's Your Best Day Ever is the stamp sets from Let's Just Stamp. New Horizon Paper, Blackberry Bliss, Garden Green. Oh, so some of these she used Garden Green bases and some she used Blackberry Bliss. Inks for Memento. She added some classic matte dots and she's got written holiday rhinestones, but I'm wondering if that was on the green one. So, but very cool layout, you guys. It's so awesome to see that scene on the inside, and then it actually, when you hold this out flat, it continues. Super cool. So very awesome. And she has the label, you can see it here, it's split. She cut it twice and she split it down the middle and separated it. So, all right. Hi, Lisa Nealon. All right. So that is what I have for the team swap. So I went to visit Deb Norman this past weekend. And we had to stop at a winery. Oh, I lost a little gem there. We had to stop at a winery. That was on our list to do. And so Deb gave me this cute little card. I had to share it with you guys. It says, thank you. And it's using some of the Heart and Home designer paper. This little stamp, you guys. Hi, Gloria Shermo. This little stamp, you guys, came from a set. Hi, France. I'd have to say 15, 20 years ago, and I still have this, I think. It's like a wood set. It has all these little, hi Hildy, it has all these little stamps in it. And so a little note with the biggest thanks. And then she gave me this little Be Happy block. And so I can set this up in the hive. So very cool. And then on top of it, Deb had one of her first classes in her house recently, and these were the cards that she did for the class, and they had a great time stamping together. This one was a mystery card layout, if you guys remember from last month, and she did that layout with that corner tucking and did the little ladybug. And then this one features the New Horizons. So she gave me these cards to show you guys what she did for her class. Thought they did. Wouldn't you be happy to attend a class and make these 3 beautiful cards? I would be. I wish Deb lived closer. I'd go to her classes. All right, so that's what I wanted to share with you from Deb. I wanted to share this with you. I forgot. You guys, Carol Alanis made this back in January for the customer swap. It was an extra bonus that anybody who did, hi Luann Johnson, it was an extra bonus that anybody who did the customer swap in January, and then she made one for me extra because she had extra calendars. It was either February or January, and I've had it on my counter in the mudroom, and I've been meaning to pull it to show you guys. And so I have this in the mudroom, so if somebody wants to leave me a post-it note, they can. If then there's a calendar, so I set it right next to my little mailbox in the mudroom. So Carol Alanis, want to give you credit for that. This one came in the mail recently. It was from, let me just check here, Carol Schaefer. I had sent her a card. She sent me back a card. I love it. This embossing folder was from many years ago with the Hive, I think. I haven't it yet. Using some of the sale-a-bration paper from Hello Friendly, a little pool party bow, and it opens this way, and she put back in here. I didn't sign this card, like I put in her card. So very pretty. I love the layout. So thanks for sending that to me, Carol. She had a little protector on the front of it, and you can see that it kind of bunched in where the pebble was or where the stone was. So that's awesome. Hi, Jean Benson. So that one was from Carol Schaefer. Hi, Melanie Foy. This one came from Laura Sullivan, and I love this. Laura, you're watching. I think she's got vellum on here. I can't, maybe she can tell us exactly what she did, but Time Worn Type embossing folder. And it's like there's vellum, and it's stamped on either the back side or the top of the vellum. Really pretty crinkle bow on here. It says, "You inspire me." And she says, on the inside, a little note to say that you made my day. Double matted it with white. And on the inside, though, the first mat has a gray border to it. So she sponged gray, which gave it a really cool look. So, all right, so that's Laura Sullivan's card. This one came from, oh, Marianne. Your last name tricks me, and until I hear it out loud, I'm not sure. But Suave? So this one was from Marianne, and it was, she joined me for a game night last night. And so cute little solid dark background of designer paper, and then the hello is die cut with a little butterfly. So that's a card from Marianne. And this one is from, Christina Bernard's. And she's got, you guys, the Dorbsy little bunny, stamped in crumb and cake, and she did some of the paper paper blocking, or whatever, DSP blocking, where you have a section, and then you have a piece, and then you cut it down, and then add a section off here and a section there. And so very pretty. And she wrote a little note on the inside with a happy Easter, happy spring, happy everything. So that was from Christina. And this one is from Sandy Wicklander. Yes. Oh, and so she did warn me. She says, not Stampin' Up, but but she still thought it would be awesome to send this to me. And I agree, Sandy. This one's awesome. It says, we're still hot, only now it comes in flashes. So I bet we can get a kick out of that one, right? So, and then awesome at any age, happy birthday. And she did a great job coloring in all the gals. So very, very pretty, Sandy. I wanted to share that one. And this one is from Shar. I believe you're watching Shar. She made me, Shar, listen, she made me an Easter card. She left it on my counter. And so when I did my last Happy Mail, it was still in my house. So I wanted to share with you Shar's card. She used the Timeless Tulip stamp set, and she got the little, they're all popped up, so they're all raised, super cool. A nice background with some blue and grassy, kind of giving us sky and grass on the bottom. And it's spring, so thank you for that, Shar. Happy Easter to you too. She even decorated the envelope with these little guys, and all you see are their little butts, their little booties. All right, this one is, oh, Christina again, just thinking of you today. And she's got the tulips. Isn't this cool what she did with this? You guys, we have the Flowering Tulips class coming up in a few weeks, and this is one of the dies. And I want to dissect this, because if that die is long like this, she would have almost had, she did. I wondered about that. She had to cut little sections. Every one of these is a section, and they're not connected, because otherwise the flowers would be going diagonally down. So this was a little time and investment into this card. Hi, Kim Wagner. Super pretty. And then she did the same thing on the inside. So I love it. The bricks here, it's the brick embossing folder, and she has the ink kind of in the cracks of all the bricks, which cool, it looks like mortar. And then the up here is a little bit of sponging with blue and pink. I don't know the exact colors that she used, but looks like Balmy Blue and Blushing Bride, but very pretty card. Okay, this one comes from, I think it is Cheryl Thomas. Yep. So Cheryl Thomas did game night with me, and so she sent this card, and it says, "You are the best. She knows I love my purple." The embossing is all the thanks on here, like that. Stamped on vellum. Laura, perfect. Thanks for confirming that. Pretty card, Cheryl. This one, you guys, came from Carol Lee Crabb. No. Yes. No, Faye Godby. I was like, in my head, I had Faye, but I said the wrong name. Faye Godby. She used Grassy Grove stamps, the Grove dies, handmade by Faye. And what she wrote on the inside here is, hold the left side up to the light, and you can see the Grove showing there. And I don't think you'll be able to see it this way, but what happens, you guys, is this black on the outside creates a shadow. So when you look at it up into the light like this, I can see it. Well, let's see if I go this way. I gotta get the camera just right with the light shining. I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I mean, you can kind of see some black columns coming up there. Those, so when you hold this up to the light, you see the background here. So, so cool. Thanks, Faye. I love the card. This one comes from Elaine Rebeck. Woohoo! She says, thanks for all your helpful ideas and your kindness. And so this was the Easter card. Elaine always sends me Easter cards. She sends me holiday cards throughout the year. And so this is a pretty Easter card she sent me. This green paper is Stampin' Up! Cardstock from back in the day. It reminds me of Green Galore or Gable Green. So may each miracle spring be a sweet reminder of God's everlasting love. So pretty. Thank you, Elaine. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited to share this one with you. Holy Moses and a half. Okay, so this is from Miss Kathy King. She just rocked it and knocked it out of the ballpark, you guys. Look at the envelope, first of all. She used one of those slimline Stampin' Up! Envelopes. She decorated it, and she used the brand new stamp set that she got from On Tour. Kathy, if you're still watching, you could tell us the name of the stamp set. I can't remember off the top of my head. But holy Moses, I opened up this card and I was like, wow, my special. Look at this beautiful card. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it says, you are so thoughtful. Thank you. That is from the Flowering Fields stamp set that is coming up later this month. She used some mercury acetate, the purple. She put a fresh freesia bow on here. She embossed this entire white background with like I think it's the Old World paper embossing folder. This is some of the hydrangea paper that sadly is no longer with us, but I love it. It's one of my favorite papers out of that DSP. Uniquely artistic face, Feline says. Yes, Kathy said it too, uniquely artistic. Fresh freesia, and I love it. I won't tell everybody what you wrote, Kathy, but I just wanted to show that you decorated the inside too. And she These are embossed. These flowers are embossed with like a purpley embossing powder, and they have iridescent in them galore. They're so shimmery and sparkly. So pretty. Kathy, my heart sang like very high and not out of tune or pitchy when I got this card from you. I love it. It's going up in the hive. You guys, I am partial to the purple cards. And when they have love notes written on the inside, I put them up. So gorgeous. I love it. So I had to ooh and ah over that. This one, okay, this came from Tracy Sorge. She even put in this cute little package. Okay, so this, and it was a little clip here, and it's like, this was one of those little dies from, I don't know, 2 or so years or 3 years ago. I love it because it's like a little envelope, and the die, all you have to do is die cut it and really just glue it together. I love you too, Kathy. This was something from maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago. I can't remember, but the die was awesome. I still have mine. Couldn't get rid of it. A little clasp here, and then she sent me a little love note too, and a little a necklace. She does Park Lane, you guys. So if you're looking for any jewelry, Tracy is your hookup for that. And I'm gonna try to, I probably like disheveled it all over the place here, but it's so pretty. Got a little gold necklace, and it has a teeny tiny little bee right there in front of my finger. I don't know if you guys can see it, but she sent me this beautiful gold necklace. Love it. So, oh, and that reminded me too, I have something else here. So, oh, you guys are so good to me. I have lots of happy mail here to share with you. Can't believe it. So that was from Tracy, and she put this little clasp here, which held it in place. So I love it. And then Ellen Brover, wishing me great continued success on my new full-time venture. And this was what she did for her swap card from the customer swap. It was like a little pocket card using the artistically inked. And I just found this. On the inside, she had a little bumblebee bracelet for me. Let others be a source of inspiration, but follow your own path. Allow your creativity to shine and be inspired is what it says. And so it's a little bracelet. And so she sent that to me, and that was in here. And it was so adorable. So thank you to Ellen Brover for that. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Charlene. So that was that. And this, last but not least, is from Mo. Mo Stite sent me this one. I want to say this is the New Horizons Designer Series paper, but it's more robust and more colored in. She made a book card, you guys. Super cool. And then she's got some of the ribbon around the binding here and decorated it up really good. A little note here, some iridescent rhinestones. So, you guys, so much happy mail. I love it. It makes me happy. Hi, Barb Johnson. I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing all that. You can tell why I didn't want to do this last night. Oh, I'm not done. One more. Hang on. This came from Miss Nancy Charles. Oh my gosh. So she is really working to promote her business, and she's got some goals, and she has 6 months that she's set to achieve her goals, and she just wanted to send me a little gift to thank, because I'm trying to help her. And so this is a little box that she made, and this is one of the things that she did in one of her recent classes. And she actually, when she sent it to me, she was able to send it in a little padded envelope flat, and then it's this cute, adorable little box. And it's got a little window sheet right here so that you could put something in it and it doesn't fall out the top here. So this one came from Miss Nancy Charles from Michigan. Whew, okay. Is that everything? I'm looking around. I feel like that's everything, you guys. That is a lot though, isn't it? All right, so Luann Johnson, the last card looks like a paper pumpkin. You know, it could have been from the Beyond the Horizons. The paper looked like New Horizons, but it was a little different than normal. So, okay, I do want to just take a few minutes here because we are going to be live in an hour for Waves class, but I want to just take a few minutes and tell you guys about 3 things that I have coming up. All of these things, hi Molly, have been referenced in my newsletter, which you can find on my blog, cardsbycrispy.com, in the newsletter section. And I'm also going to be emailing about these things separately and separate emails so that it's not, you guys, the newsletter is 10 pages long. Like, oh my goodness. It was like the never ending newsletter for me. And then when I thought I was done, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to put this in here and I need to put this in here. So just know that this stuff is buried in the newsletter somewhere. but I wanted to cover it quickly in case anybody, sometimes you guys are hearing and visual versus reading, like visual as in seeing things versus reading things. And sometimes it's easier to hear things. So the In Color Club. I have been doing an In Color Club for probably 4 or 5 years. I can't remember when I started doing them. But what an In Color Club consists of is basically getting everything relating to the new In Colors on a monthly basis. It kind of like spreads out the expenses and the love, I guess, of getting things so that you're not trying to get everything all at once. It also has a benefit because you join a club, meaning that 1 month you're the hostess, and hostesses earn host rewards. And also I have a free gift for everybody. So there's little perks to doing it. Yes, you can most definitely put your own plan together and buy things as you want and put them towards classes, which works. When you do the In Color Club, because I'm giving you $25 of host credit and a free gift valued at $8, you don't get to use this towards getting a free class, because that, in my eyes, would be double dipping. And so this is a separate program. I think I had maybe 10 or 15. I can't remember if it was 10 or if it was 15 last year that signed up. And so I'm looking for people to sign up if you are interested. And I'm going to flip the camera down and try to read off what you guys get for the In Color Club. So the 5 new In Colors are Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Night, Orchid Oasis. It's a 5-month club. And this paper is on my newsletter section, guys. I have this as a PDF that you can go and print it off and see it yourself. It's a 5-month club. It starts May 3rd, which is when the catalog starts. And it's going to be May, June, July, August, September. So 5 months. What happens is you'll get one of each of the following every month in the color that's the month. So everybody's on a different rotation, but you get an ink pad, a refill, a pack of cardstock, the color from your designer series paper. So you'll get the sheets. I think there's 8 sheets of the color, 2 sheets of the glimmer paper in your color, 2 note cards and envelopes, a roll of ribbon, a roll of baker's twine, a stamp and blend, and the marker. So all of that plus shipping and tax rolls up to $61, and that's why it's $61. I have it asterisked because that includes shipping and tax to the Hive. If you need this mailed, and I think I had a bunch of you guys, maybe 7 or 8 of you needing it mailed last year. So if you need it mailed, if it's in a priority flat rate envelope, and it's $10 to do the mailing. So you get all that, plus the hostess is 1 month. One of those months you are considered the hostess. You get $25 in free merchandise. If you want to add outside orders to your month, so let's say your mom wants to add on something, or your sister or your daughter or somebody else wants to add, I know collectively what this all adds up to is about $250 for all 5, because in the month you're part of a club, and when everybody, all 5, get this in the month, it's about $250. And so that's why you get $25 of host credit. If you, all right, Doris, we'll see you later. If you want to get, let's say, $100 of outside orders from somebody else, it will raise your host reward. So that's what that means here. You'll receive additional host benefits if you add to your order during the month, like outside orders from family or friends. Also, the month that you're the hostess, you'll get the In Color matte decorative dots. And how it works is that's basically it. And so whenever you're the hostess, I need to connect with you to find out what you want for your free items from your host rewards, and then also to find out if you have any other outside orders that we need to add to it. Hi, Elaine Rebeck. Better late than never. You can always catch it from the beginning. So it includes a lot of stuff, and all of it is like, it's getting a nice, like, colorful package in the mail, or off the porch, I should say the mudroom counter. So, and at this point, see you later, Sandy. At this point, if anybody wants to sign up for that and get on the list, you can already let me know. So Elaine's already the first one signed up for it. Yes, Elaine, you just said I want in on the new color deal. Yes, you were the first one signed up. I love it. So if anybody else wants to get on here, all I need to do is make sure I get you on my list to get you signed up. Once I have a group of 5, that's when I pick what colors you get first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then we go from there. All right, and then there's 2 other things that I have in the newsletter. One of them talks about my product share, and one talks about my DSP sampler. I'm going to start with the sampler because that's easier. So Kathy, you put yes. Does that mean you want to sign up for the In Colors as well? Let me know for sure. So the DSP sampler, there's a lot of new designer papers. Wow. I have them all listed in my event. If you go to my events calendar, am I on the list? Yes, Patsy. I'm so sorry. Yes, you just mentioned it the other night in an email that you wanted to get in on that, I think, and game night for December 2nd. All right. Yep. So you are. I remember Elaine because she was the first one. I am not freezing Debbie. So I maybe it could be on your internet. So Kathy King, I'm interpreting the yes again to be on the In Color Club. So I'll sign you up with Elaine and Patsy. So then, yay, I have 3. All right. So if you guys have known me for a little bit, I've always done a Dsp Sampler with every new catalog. These are great if you're a discount shopper, person who holds classes, you're an avid customer, you just love to have coordination at your fingertips. And what it entails is you get an 8.5 by 11 basic white, printed white sheet with all the names and all the colors. And then you'll get all the color swatches and designer paper swatches and all the specialty swatches to make your own book at home. Feline, you help me, send me a text message or instant message me that you want to get in for game night. Information overload right now. Carla Lake too, email me, you guys. I'll make sure I won't miss it if I can get it in an email or message me. That would be great. I don't generally go back and like proofread everything in the comments. So, okay, so I'm going to flip down. You guys, this is what the Dsp Sampler is. Carla Lake, we want to make sure we get you signed up for this. I generally make 24. One is always for me, and then I sell the other 23. Okay, they're always gone, and I always have to tell somebody no after the fact when they want it, and it's already gone. So if you're on the fence, make a decision. If you know you want one, all you have to do is tell me that you want it. I did raise the price $1 for this going forward because Stampin' Up! Increased the prices of their paper. They increased shipping. It hit us. And it's hitting us April 1st, which was just now. So, and with the new catalog, the white paper is going up, which is when I'll be ordering it. So you'll get, and I don't provide page protectors. I don't provide the binder, you guys. Oh, perfect, Patsy. I love it when you guys write in here that you want something because it's another reinforcing and then it creates excitement. So I do love that. And then I love that you guys follow up with a message. That's perfect, you guys. I love it. Patsy, you got it right. You got the process down pat. So this is what a Dsp sampler looks like. So you guys will get the white paper. You'll get the Dsp. If it's a certain size paper, you might get 2x2 squares like this one. And if it's a normal 12 by 12, you will get 3.5 by 1 inch strips. I've heard from most people they like the 1 inch strips better, but like when this paper comes 4 by 6, it did not make sense to cut it at 1 by 3.5. And so sometimes you'll get like the strips, sometimes you'll get the squares, like New Horizons was 2 by 2. And then so you get all these little color swatches on the side and then the DSP, okay? Sometimes you get 2 sheets depending on how big the pack is, okay? And then we go from there. So it's 20, and then there's always a sheet for specialty papers. So we put them together by grouping of specialty paper. So, so the price on this is 26 or mailed is 36. And, that is the cash price. If you go onto my website, guys, just know that the credit card pricing is higher on my website. Hi, Karen Wetstein. Because of the system charging for using a credit card. So that's how that works. So that is the Dsp Sampler. Again, it's 26 for the cash, check, electronic payment option, or 36 mailed. Okay, so then the last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about are product shares. I've been doing product shares for a couple years now as well. With every new catalog, it helps you get an assortment. Not an assortment. It helps you get a little bit of everything, but small amounts of it. So instead of getting a roll of ribbon that has 10 yards on it, you get 2 yards. Instead of getting a whole pack of embellishments, you get maybe a fifth of a pack or a quarter of a pack. And so the annual catalog is a little difficult compared to the mini catalogs. In the mini catalogs, I just do embellishments, ribbon, and paper and more. But with the annual catalog, they carry over a lot and they have a lot of new. And so I break it up a little differently because I know that sometimes you guys are just starting out and you maybe didn't get in on the product share. So I don't want to just do new product and I don't want to just do everything. And so I have it broken down differently for the annual catalog. It's into 6 a la carte options. A la carte means pick and choose what you want in my head. So I have Papers and More, which, oh my goodness, I think it's like 191 6x6 squares of designer paper, specialty papers, no cardstock though. So designer paper, specialty papers. So 6x6 squares. So you know what 6x6 is? You get like basically when you have a 12x12, it gets cut down to 6x6. In one case, there's some vellum paper that's 3 3/4 by 5. I can't make it bigger. And then you also get 2 of the note cards and 2 envelopes from the In Color. So it's a little sampling of all the new designer paper, specialty papers, and that's a la carte option 1. Option 2 is, I don't remember the order, but there's an option 2, which is new ribbon. So you get 2 yards of the new ribbons, and I also included some baker's twine. One of the options is new embellishments, and one of the options is carryover ribbon. One option is carryover embellishments, and the last option is packaging. And I have everything priced for if you are going to do porch pickup. And if you want it mailed, there is a mailing option, $10 for a priority padded flat rate envelope. And so you could pick, I think you could pick all 6 of those, and I am pretty confident I could fit everything into one envelope, and you would just pay one shipping charge of $10. So I tried to make it that if you're local for porch pickup, or if you're wanting it mailed, you would just go to the same event. I did create events for these things, guys. So hi Buffy. If you go to my, everything resides generally in my calendar of events. And the catalog launches May 3rd. So on May 3rd is when I always publish the event for the product share. And the day before, I always publish the event for the Dsp Sampler. So if you guys go to my events calendar for May 2nd, you'll find the sampler, May 3rd, and you'll find the product share. And you'll find all of the details. I spell out everything that you get. So if you have the option with the new ribbon, I list out all the ribbons. With the embellishments, I list out like how many you get with everything. And so you can go to that. But also know it's kind of referenced in my newsletter. If you can't find it on my events calendar, you can go to the newsletter and try to find it in there. Or in the next few days, by early next week, I will be creating an email for each one of these things separately so that there's less to kind of get through the weeds. Well, I wouldn't say weeds, the flowers. These are all flowers to me. So that you can just get an email and hear and see all the details. So it was your next question. Good. So that's why I try to go through this and explain. I'm going to flip the camera down. This is a past one. I kept this one. Are the 2nd and 3rd the days you place your orders? So Deirdre, we can't order on the 2nd. We can order on the 3rd. And I already have a class on the next day, so that's why I picked the day before. I just didn't want duplicating of events on my calendar. We can order from the Stampin' Up! Website as out of the new catalog on May 3rd. So I plan to place everybody who has pre-registered or ordered for a product share, In Color Club, or Dsp Sampler. I plan to place all that product order at like 4 a.m. on that Tuesday or whatever the 3rd is. I think it's a Tuesday. Whatever the minute is that we can start ordering, I plan to get my order in, and I do expedited shipping. I pay the $23 and I get it by Thursday or Friday. And then I usually have everything available to ship out the following week or have it ready for porch pickup the following week. So that would include the In Color Clubs for May. It would include the product shares and the Dsp Sampler. All would be ready around, I think, the 9th, 10th, 11th of May. Okay, so this is what's in a product share. This is one from last January. So just to give you an idea of, so this was a mini catalog. So there's less in the mini catalog. The Papers and More. So it included some, oh, Linda Hall, I'm so glad that you enjoyed the game night. Included a little brick here of paper. So included 6x6. So you guys, this was the last spring mini catalog. So this is all retired product at this point. But just to give you an idea, it included 6x6 sheets of everything, not cardstock, but all the special, like here was the Mercury. There was some acetate with the art floral. There was some acetate. So it included all those specialty sheets. There was some note cards and envelopes that were included from the Dandy set. Okay. And then there was some treat boxes that were part of that one. Now, this would be considered packaging. So in the new annual catalog, hi Ann Bellinger, hi Pam Leahy. In the new catalog, this would be part of the packaging a la carte option. But then there was also a Memories and More little pack here. And then I make it look a little nicer than what I did a year ago. The ribbons are all individually wrapped, and my embellishments are all in a little envelope versus mixed together. But it included stickers. It included, like, this would be like a quarter package of the pastel pearls, a quarter package of the opal browns. It included ribbon like this. I now wrap it up and put a little slip of paper around it just to keep it all together. Included baker's twine, more embellishments. So this one didn't have a lot because the mini catalog is a lot smaller, and it included the little ladybug trinkets, some clasps, some hearts. And so it included embellishments, ribbon, and paper. And so if you guys are curious what the annual catalog share is all about, I would recommend you guys go, I'll do this really quick here just to show you how easy it is to find it. You go to Chrome, or whatever your browser is for looking at stuff, and you would go to my website here, and we mentioned it's in my events. So you're going to click on events, and I put it in here because it's easy for me, because it's like you need to register by the 2nd or the 3rd. So here's the annual catalog DSP sampler, and on the 3rd is the annual catalog product share. And when you click on it, I have here a little information, and that there's 6 a la carte options. And then I talk about papers include the following: 191 6x6 squares, 2 tea boutique, and 2 matching envelopes, and 4 of the lovely layers to vellum, new ribbon, and then it has the cost, right? And then new ribbons, cost, new embellishments, cost, carryover ribbons, carryover embellishments, and here it's like 40 of this, 44 of that, 28 of this, 40. I went through and looked at every picture, figured out how I could divide things up between 4s and 5s, and then packaging, and it talks about some details here. And then here's where you would pick the things that you want. If you need it mailed, you need to pick priority shipping. If you want papers and more, and then I have a package where if you want all the papers, all the new ribbons, and all the new embellishments, it's $123. If you want all 6 a la carte options, so let's say you just want the whole shebang, instead of picking everything individually, all you have to pick is the 6 a la carte options. If you need it mailed, you'll have to add shipping, and then you don't have to go and add everything individually. But I also gave the option of just the papers, new ribbons, and new embellishments, and that is the price for those 3 is $123. So how do I calculate the pricing, you guys? I just put everything into a spreadsheet. I have what it is with shipping and tax, and then if it divides by, I have to figure out, well, can I get 8 people out of this, or do I get 4 people out of it, and how do I 5? And then I figure out what it is per person, and it sums it up. I round up to the nearest dollar, and then that is the cash check electronic payment option. And then if there's credit card processing, I have to add that on, and that's what you see on the website. So the website pricing, just so you guys know, is for if you're going to pay for it via my website. No, Catherine, but I did have the sinus thing that happened about 3 or 4 weeks ago to me, where I had the drippy nose. I got it from my students in class. Everybody was coming with runny noses. And I was like, that's fine. If I get it, I get it. And I got it. I got the drippy nose, and then it made me, so now it's like I got to drink water, and I don't generally lose my voice. Just so you guys know, if you do pay for it via the website, it's going to charge you credit card processing fees. That's the convenience of using a credit card. If you do want to save a little cash on your end, you can pay me electronically via however you want to send me money electronically. I take it all. Or you can send me a check, or you can pay me in cash. And if you want to get the cash check electronic payment pricing, I have a little spreadsheet where I know how much it is. If you want the ribbons, I can say, well, it's less $1. If you want the paper, it's less a couple. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's less. So I do that because I know that you guys like to save money wherever you can as well. And by sending me money via like PayPal Friends and Family or Zelle, it's not for me to avoid anything, but it's for you guys to save the convenient, you save the credit card fees. So, hi, Carol Schmidt. So, yeah, well, it's okay, you guys. I don't mind getting sick. So Catherine said that sucks. You know what? I don't mind getting sick. Getting sick is a sign of living, right? If I wasn't getting sick, I would not be alive, I guess is what you can say. And so I have to take being sick as, you know what comes around, it goes around, and it builds up my antibodies, it builds up my immunity so that the next time I hopefully won't get sick. That's how I feel about that. So, it's not fun, like, while you're going through it, but I definitely don't hate it. So and not like I accept it with open arms, but it is what it is. So Patsy, you are perfect sending me money via PayPal, friends and family. If anybody ever sends me a payment where they don't send it, like if you say good or service and it charges me a fee, I'm going to be the first one to call you and say, hey, I'm so sorry, but you didn't choose good or you didn't choose friends or family. And some of you it's happened to, and you've sent me the $1 or the $1.50 or whatever it is. And we work it out, we figure it out, but I don't want to be out the money, just like you don't want to have to pay the extra money, instead of me just charging everybody a flat rate. So anyways, so you guys, that's it in a nutshell. Looking at the clock here, I have my waves class in about 45 minutes. So I am going to take a deep breath, go get some water, maybe get a little snack, and then I'll be back on at like 5:30. Never hesitate to reach out if you have questions or you need anything answered. Honestly, you guys, it's so funny when everybody starts off with, I'm sorry to bother you. You're not a bother. You guys are always amazing and awesome. And the fact that you ask questions and you need help, I'm here to help you. So I try to provide the best customer service that I can. And I'm here to help you. So don't hesitate to reach out if you have questions. Need clarification on anything. I ask that you try to find the answer yourself, research it yourself, because generally, somebody will text me and then I won't be by my phone, and 3 hours later they'll reply back, oh, I found it, never mind. So don't hesitate to look for the answer yourself, you guys, and then reach out if you're still having issues. I do not mind helping. So friends and family does not charge the sender a fee if you use a debit card. No, if you use your account on file. So Patsy, I need to correct what you're saying there. If you use friends and family, me being the sender, and I pay with a credit card or a debit card, yes, it's going to charge me a fee because you're using or I'm using a credit card or a debit card. I just sent money to 3 people and I had to take it out of my checking account, or you can take it out of your savings account that you have linked to your card. It does not charge you a fee if you take it out of your savings or checking account directly. Yes, it charges a fee if you pay with a credit card. So Karen Cotton, you wouldn't get charged a fee. You mentioned the other day that you get charged a fee for using friends and family. Yeah, if you use a credit card, you're going to get charged a fee using friends and family. I'm not going to get charged a fee because you're using friends and family, but that's your choice. If you want to use your checking account or savings account, then you will save the fee on your end as well. So I hope that makes sense. Yes, so Patsy says she's fine with that as the fee isn't that much. That's great. So just so you know, there is a difference though, that you don't get charged the fee being the sender if you use your checking or debit account, your checking or savings account. Okay, so I don't want people to be confused about that. So Carol Senquinetti, hi to you as well. Okay, you guys, I jibber-jabbered enough for now, and I will be jibber-jabbering in a little bit. So congratulations also. I just remind everybody, Cindy Runtree won the newsletter drawing, and I got to go check the post to make sure I had that on there. If not, I got to go add it. So, whew. Okay, you guys, lots of sunshine, love, and hugs to you, and we'll see you in 40 minutes. Hi, Jeannie Parker. You just caught the tail end of this. We'll see you later. Hope you're having fun in Florida. Love you long time. Bye.